This is day 41 disaster relief. We have the Cody Noble, who's now named pretty well known. We have the truck here. We brought the Cola's local towing company brought it back. The trailer's here. Skid steer's up at the church, at Colton's church, but I wanted to give Cody a chance to sort of explain what happened. We made a post about it, showed some pictures, but people have lots of questions, and I didn't want to try to speak for Cody, so I mean, let's start maybe 4 curves up.
So we start back. We stopped in Irwin to get fuel, let everything cool down, that everything was good to go. We were there almost a half hour. We went grocery shopping, did a few things. Then we headed on down 197 here. I got to the top of the hill. I slowed way down. I got about probably halfway down, I want to say, which is several miles down that hill. It's probably 2 or 3 miles down that hill. So I was at least after the first mile. The brakes started getting a little warm. You could tell the pedals getting a little soft. So I started trying to slow down more. Well, then it was a matter of seconds. The brake pedal just sunk to the floor. I had nothing. You could tell the brake fluid just boiled. So I reached down, grabbed my brake controller, had the trailer brakes on full. But I think what happened is the trailer brakes gave out first. They overheated first, and then the truck was relying on it, because when I grabbed the trailer brakes, I was at full load on the brakes and it was doing nothing. So I had it in low. That was the only thing that kept me below 40 mile an hour. And I went through 3 curves. I drifted the truck sideways. I tried everything to get that thing to stop.
That second curve was like a hairpin.
It was. I made it through one hairpin, and then I made it through a couple other tighter ones, and then I got down to the turn that I went off, and I saw it. I thought, yes, man, I got this. Well, just, one more curve, which I had 2 curves when I was at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah.
And
the last.
And pictures and videos don't do that justice.
No. If I can zoom in a little bit on it. There it is. And the guardrail is kind of at the top here. So you can see where the guardrail is up off the road, kind of gives you a little bit more of a perspective there. I'd say he came, my estimate, I would say probably 75 to 80% of the way down. But
yeah, so I got to that last curve, I saw it, and then it's a hairpin. I was like, there's no way we're making it through. If I cut it, we were going to roll on our side and roll upside down a hill, and I knew that would not be good for me and my boys, because that's all I could think about was the boys.
And tragically, I don't know if it was a month or 2 ago, but there's you can't really see it today, but there's gravel to the right of where Cody went down. Tragically, a dump truck had just rolled over about 20 feet over from Cody went over, same spot, and that ended in the loss of a life of the driver, sadly. So it is definitely a dangerous spot.
So in my last ditch effort, I tried to throw it into reverse, and it just killed the engine. So I lost steering on top of losing brakes. So I just decided the best thing to do was just hold the wheel and go over. And God put a tree there to stop us, and it pushed that trailer. The way I hit the tree, it made the trailer go away from us, so all the load wouldn't go on us, but it still smashed the truck up. It tacoed the truck, folded the truck up like a big U. It put the back of the cab up into the back seat where my boys were and tightened their seat belts up tighter than it ever should have been. It pushed the dash back into me. It was a heck of a hit.
You can see how the bed went into the back of the truck here.
The coupler actually sheared in 2 on the trailer and put the back of the trailer right into the back bumper and the back frame here, and it bent everything straight in. And it all happened within a matter of what felt like 5 minutes. It was a matter of 2 or 3 seconds. It was all said and done. We were laying on our side. I could see fire reflecting off the leaves and the trees because it was 11 o'clock at night, couldn't see anything. I shut the key off. Well, I turned the headlight off. That was the only light I had. So I reached up and turned the headlights back on for light. And as soon as we got stopped, the boys were hysterical. I had to calm them down and get them to say they were okay. And then as soon as they said they were okay, I unbuckled my seatbelt, fell off to the side, I got Paul out first because he was, and his neck was hurting, but it's because the seatbelt was pulling him down.
And Paul is 5.
Yeah, and Paul is only 5.
Lucas is 8.
It was pulling him down so tight. He has nasty seatbelt rash on his neck. His face was just bloodshot from screaming and being strangled by a seatbelt. And then I got him out of there, and then my 8-year-old was right behind me, just dangling in a seat. So I got him unbuckled and down, but I saw the fire. So I had to, in the truck, try to get some light. I had a work light on the floor that I found. God's grace, I found it, and I found a light where I could turn on and see what we're doing. Well, my door wouldn't open, my window wouldn't go down. The windshield was all busted, so we'd get cut up going that way. The back window had a tree laying in it, like we were sideways against a tree, couldn't go that way. So the only way was to break the driver's window. And then I put my oldest son out first so he could hold his little brother. But in the meantime, I had yelled. There was a neighbor down here, and he yelled, "Are you guys okay?" And I saw a flashlight, and I said, "We're okay. We need a fire extinguisher." Well, he's our hero. He came and put the fire out.
He didn't want to talk, but I'm getting him in here. Sandy, he lives here.
Yeah, he didn't. He put the fire out, and by the time he got the fire put out, I had the boys on the cab, and he helped me get the boys down, and he helped the boys climb to the top of the hill, which it was a straight up hill. It was not easy at all to go
Very
up. I had
steep.
to army crawl it, and I got in some loose stuff, and then I was stuck. And I had to climb like 4 or 5 foot to the side, and Andy came and grabbed my hand and pulled me up 2 foot to a tree, and then I was able to crawl up from there. But and then my wife was right there. She was hysterical.
I think she got down to this building.
Yeah, she had actually passed and didn't know we went off because she thought I was just speeding. And it was that I lost brakes so far up the hill that she just thought I was running away from her. And I wasn't, on purpose. But she came down to this church and sat in the parking lot. And then my oldest daughter said, "There's Dad's headlights."
They could see him across the field, you know,
Yeah, they
up
could see him across
where the truck had come down. Yeah.
And she came up there. Well, we all just packed in her car, and we drove ourselves right to the Johnson City Medical Center so we could get the boys checked out. And luckily, they did all scans, CT scans, X-rays. The boys were okay. Paul just had some nasty seatbelt rash on his neck. I had some pain in my chest on the way, and I thought it was just my heart beating 4,000 times. But it turns out I think they said I broke 2 ribs over here and 4 over here, but I only hurt on this side. This side doesn't bother me at all. But in the moment, I had no idea that
It was
how bad it was.
where the seatbelt was coming
I
across.
didn't realize that I had even gotten hurt. It was just. I tried to stay as calm as I could and get everybody out. My biggest fear was the truck was going to diesel. I could smell diesel fuel. The diesel fuel was going to ignite.
And we were up there collecting things the next day and could still smell the diesel fuel on the side of the hill. So
I had just filled it up back in
dangerous.
Irwin, and that was like 12 miles ago. So it had 30 gallons of diesel fuel in it.
The skid steer had
skid
fuel
steer
in
was
it.
full too. Luckily, it ended up at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah.
The trailer, when the truck hit a big tree, the trailer came over and hit 3 or 4 trees, which that inertia caused all the chains to snap. The concrete went down the hill. One of them went down the hill. One of them ended up under the truck and held the truck up somehow on its side. And then, the skid steer was all the way at the bottom. And one of the concrete was the skid steer looked like someone parked it at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah.
And it was probably 300 foot away from the truck.
Yeah, it was.
You can see a path all the way down that hill where it rolled all the way through.
And one of the blocks too.
Yeah, and one of the blocks
on
was
the
right down
other
next to
side
it.
of the skid steer. That went
Right.
even farther. 3,500 pound block.
Yeah, but so we went to the hospital, got checked out. We was there till Saturday afternoon. In the meantime, my brother brought a vehicle over from Knoxville so I could have something to drive because all of us don't fit in the other vehicle we drove. So while we were in the hospital, Chris and his family and Colton and
King family.
and the King family, the King family, they all came and cleaned up the whole crash site for me. They cleaned all the plastic up, all the broken stuff. They collected all my tools that were scattered all over the hill. they cleaned it all up and did an amazing job. And then I was up from 5 in the morning on Friday till 9:30 Saturday night. I think I slept maybe an hour at the hospital, and that was only, that's not, you can't count that as sleep.
No.
That's closing your eyes for 2 seconds
No.
and waking up. And Brittany was the same way. She hadn't slept either. So we went to bed at 9:30 Saturday. Yeah, it was Saturday evening. We went to bed. And we didn't wake up till 11:30 Sunday morning. And these guys went to church down here with Colton. And after they got out of church, they came and replaced the fence that I tore down, because I tore out a bunch of fence on my way down through the guardrail.
It wasn't a big deal, but
So they came back. Not only did they clean up the big mess, they came back and did fix the not the guardrail. They fixed all the fence for them, because there's cattle out there that roam that hill somehow. That's a pretty big hill for them to roam.
I don't know how they get up there,
but they do.
The fence is up there for a reason.
Yep,
so
exactly.
yeah, Colton wanted to put it back, so he had some fencing, and Cry donated that. Mountain Aid project is
Mountain Aid is
going to cover.
Been amazing. They're going to cover the cost of taking the truck home. The truck, the trailer, the skid steer. They're paying a low boy to come in and haul it all back to the house for me. And
All right, Colton.
it's just it's been, everybody down here treats you like family.
Yeah, we feel like home here. It's incredible.
Family.
Yeah.
They treat us so good. This
So
man
Colton-
right here
Oh God.
has done a lot.
The plan was that
Yeah, this guy.
Cody was going to bring this down to Colton's church,
Yeah.
leave it there, and we're going to get the next day.
Yeah, we were 3 miles away from our destination with the truck, because we was going to leave it there and then drive her vehicle to our Airbnb and then come back the next morning and get the truck to go to work at 8 o'clock in the morning.
So you talked to Cody. He's supposed to be there in about 30 minutes max.
Yeah, I called you at, what was it, 11 or 10:50?
Yeah.
It was like 10:50. I called him and I said, I'm just leaving Irwin. I'll be there. He's like, if you're not there in a half hour, I'm gonna come looking for you. And he got the call.
Yeah. So I'm
And
with the fire department.
Yeah, tell him what you went through.
Well, I'm with the fire department. I was sitting at the church, waiting on him, and the Tones come out for a wreck. And first thought was it was them, but I was doing the whole, no, that ain't them, and I started down this way, and I realized where it was, and I knew, but started down this way and got here. I didn't know that they was already going to the hospital or nothing. The neighbor come and told me, but locked the keys in the car. The same guy that helped them out of the truck unlocked my vehicle for me. Went over to the hospital and seen them for a little while, and then come back and helped it was probably what time
You left 4:30.
about 4:30
Yeah,
ish.
about 4:30.
I went home,
He sat
dropped
with me in the waiting room for
Lizzie off, my wife, dropped her off, and come back and met the record service here to help them pull it out. And it's been a journey since then. But
Yeah, how much sleep did you get?
Yeah, none.
None.
He was right there with me then.
None.
Didn't have none. No sleep. But
Yeah.
I'm just glad everything. Of course, the stuff's not alright, but the stuff can be replaced.
The most
all
important
material
things are all right.
I can't replace my boys.
I'd say the best feeling was the whole time was walking in the emergency room and just standing there. I was like, yes. I was like, yes, that's what I wanted.
You brought him his hat.
Yeah, I did bring you a
Yeah,
hat.
you brought me a hat. I put it on as I got out, and it
Yeah.
fell off on the way out, so I
Yeah.
said the heck of that one.
But no, I'm glad everybody's okay. There was Mountain Aid Project, Appalachian Navy, they all come down here when we were cleaning up. And then Chris just left, and a van come by, and it was Baptist on Missions. They asked us if we needed anything, and so everybody's really come together. Mountain Aid's got a big hand in it.
Yeah.
Mountain Aid's doing a big, huge shout out for them.
I mean,
They're
a lot's
amazing,
been done, but
amazing people.
a lot of us feel like we ain't really done enough. But we're just glad they're all right. they're here to tell the story, and we're not telling it for them. That's what we like.
I told them we're here to help clean up messes, not make bigger messes. But
Yeah, we got enough trees down on the hillside.
Yeah.
But
Helene took enough trees out. I didn't need to take any more.
now, Colton, you told me at one point that you thought Cody was planning on still fixing this up before he saw the pictures of it.
Yeah.
You think he was going to try to do that?
No. No.
Well, I said it was junk.
No.
I said it was junk.
No.
I said I could make pieces to build
Yeah.
another truck, but it's junk. There's
It's
nothing.
junk.
Because I was thinking of that old country song. Well, it's probably old now. You could set my truck on fire, roll down a hill,
Yeah.
but I still wouldn't trade it for a coupe
I
de
still
ville.
wouldn't trade up for a coupe de
Your
ville.
truck literally was on fire going down a hill.
Yep.
It was.
So-
I did. I rolled it down the hill and it was on fire, but
Well,
I still wouldn't trade it for no coupe de ville.
he does it. He commits. You commit to it when you do it. But the moral of the story is everybody's okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the
Give
big
God the
thing.
glory that
Yeah.
we were praying
Amen.
all the way down that hill.
Yeah.
And, you know, everything worked out just right. If we would have missed the tree that we hit, we would have came down this hill and possibly went through someone's house. And if I would have made the turn, we would have possibly rolled and smashed the truck and the trailer on top of us and killed all three of us. If I would have got it into one of the corners on up there, I could have just, and I was too worried. I was going to jackknife it, but I was worried the trailer would come in and just crush the boys.
Yeah.
So I took the only option I had.
Yeah. And the good Lord knew what he knew what
Yep.
he was doing.
Absolutely.
That's
We
the
was
moral.
able, you do not believe how good it felt to crawl out of that truck and
Well,
crawl
there-
up that hill.
There's not many people that
No.
you could look at the truck, and there's not many people that could say they
I
walked out.
got out of that truck,
Especially
and the boys. I mean,
Yeah.
look at the back of the bed to the cab. Like, come over this way,
Yeah.
Chris, and just look how far in. Their seat got pushed forward, and they were buckled in their seat belts.
Yeah. Everything looks in camera a little bit different.
And also,
You can definitely see it in person. You can kind of see it on camera.
it was actually my son's 5th birthday Saturday. It was on his birthday.
This
so
is
yeah.
Andy. He didn't want to be in the video, but we're going to at least introduce
in the video
him. We
now.
want to thank him for, his quick thinking, his quick reaction.
He's my guardian angel down here.
We appreciate you doing it. Well, we just wanted to have a chance to let Cody and Colton speak, and just kind of explain in more detail what happened. But we definitely appreciate everyone we talked about. Colton's church has been supportive. We want to thank Bailey Brethren Church here in Green Mountain. Great place. Great gathering of believers. Pastor Keith Miller, great guy.
The Mountain Aid Project is doing us a huge favor. Getting this thing home.
Yeah.
Floating the bill for that. I could do it, but it'd take 3 trips doing it, and that's 700-mile round trip. So
Yeah, it's a lot of
they're
driving.
gonna get it up there in one trip for me. So I just now gotta get home and get rested up and figure out what we're gonna do from here.
Yep.
Bad thing is, I only got liability on the truck, so I'm out. It's mine, it covers damages for property damage, stuff like that, but for the truck, I'm out. I'm out of truck. Out of trailer's junk. Between being twisted and winching it out, we got so much stuff tore up on it. It's not worth it. But I'll rebuild, I'll get another truck. Takes time, but we'll get it.
The good thing about being a Christian and following Jesus is just there's certain things that you just say, well, Lord, what do you want me to do?
Right.
It's your plan, so we just got to do what he tells us. Some of these things we don't have to worry about.
We're just getting ready to get started
Just
on
trust
the house,
him.
and I think I'm going to pause on that for a while.
Yeah.
That one's going to be put off for maybe till next year.
Just see what God's plan
Yeah,
is.
see what goes on. This is a big one to come back from.
process. Yeah.
And big one to process, big one to everything. So I need to get home. My boys are good. They're running around just as energetic as
Don't
could
even
be.
look
You
like
don't even
nothing
know. If it wasn't for Paul having
Yeah.
this stuff on his neck, you wouldn't even know that anything happened. He won't hardly turn his neck, but I know it's because he's got all that burn. And if you turn, you know how that is. It just it hurts. So, but he's good. Both of them's good. I've been running around. I'm all right. I mean, it's not terrible pain. It's just if I breathe in real hard or if I twist wrong, it hurts a little bit.
But you're here to talk about it.
Right? Yeah,
That's the
I'm
crazy.
here.
That is the
I'm
important
here.
part.
My boys are here. We can tell our story.
It could have been a whole different.
And guess what? We're
we
still
coulda-
not going to stop coming down here.
Oh,
We're still
Lord.
coming and helping you.
It could have been a very different video.
Yes.
It could have been a
Yes.
very different video, very easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not done down here. This ain't stopping us. This is just a little bump in the road.
Yeah.
A big
You know.
bump in the road.
Big bump in the road, yeah. It was a big bump.
Well, we've gone over the biggest part of it, and we're gonna keep going.
That's right.
If the Lord allows. All right. Well, we're gonna close this video out. Service ain't the best down here. It's about 21 minutes now, so we'll see if it loads. Might have to get back before we even load it, but
I'm sure that's
I want to take some time to talk about it, and so we all appreciate all the help everyone's given.
Yes, thank you, everyone. Every single person that's
everyone that's prayed, and we've had so many
this
people.
guy here has done a ton.
Absolutely.
That man right there is amazing. And Chris and his family's been amazing, taking care of cleaning everything up, and it's just been as bad of an accident it was. It has been a wonderful weekend of people helping and people coming together. And we're blessed. We're beyond blessed.
Absolutely. And thank y'all for watching, and everyone praying.
God bless.
God bless.